Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Let's talk about some stuff real quick. Product. Not only just product, um, where to sell product, what to do with product. Um, I've tried to sell my product. I have a lot of product that I don't know what to do with. Um, I don't really know how to go on the internet and do many things, or I'm not tech savvy, or I don't know my way around a computer, or different things like such. So, if you don't know your way around a computer or you're not computer savvy, not really knowing people's age or their background as it relates to like career wise or anything like that. If you ever had to utilize a computer or not utilize a computer, I would only say to that that online is the place to be. So if you're trying to find places in which to sell your product, you're going to have to know a little bit about computers. And if in your state, you can go into what is called an open entry, open exit computer class, that might be some good stuff. I mean, open entry and open exit is open, is you can just go in. You don't have to do any test or do anything, talk to counselors and none of that kind of stuff. It's basically continuing education. So you basically go to whichever class that computer class is being offered. Hey, I want to just come in, learn a couple of things, and then I'm out. So you just sign in every time you come in. That's what you do. Get on there. You have an instructor in there. They'll instruct you on different things to do. Whatever you want to learn, even if it's like emailing, how to attach something to an email, how to even just create and compose an email, right? And then when you've learned everything that you need to learn, is exit. That's why they call it open entry, open exit classes. And that's a really good way to learn how to use a computer on a more intermediate level so that you can begin to do many of the things that you're probably going to be wanting to do as it relates to your product. Now, remember, when I'm making the videos based on its feedback to people that are talking to me in emails or any one of these platforms where I'm getting emails and having conversations with people. And what people don't know is I do sometimes have conversations with individuals on Facebook by messenger. Like, people will inbox me and say, well, hey, can we talk? And or something. And if I'm available, I will, call, hey, how's it going? Or, like have conversation with them for a couple of minutes. And it's generally questions about business. It's generally questions about, I sell this product, this is what I do. Um, and if they have a website, I'll go to the website where I'm actually talking to them, right? And I'll go to their website and I'll look at the website and I'll say, well, hey, well, first of all, it's pictures. Remember, we talked about pictures. Those pictures have to be really good pictures. And then we'll go into some other little conversation. It's usually no more than like maybe 10 minutes. Because if it goes beyond 10 minutes, remember, I'm going to have to start attaching a cost. Okay. So it doesn't go past 10 minutes. And that's me doing that. I generally say, okay, well, we can talk about 10 minutes. And then after that, it is what it is. So we do that. But then think about Jesus when he was having a conversation with the people in the book of Matthew, and he talked about seeds, right? So if you think about your product in the sense of seeds, now your product equals seeds, or seeds equal your product, right? So if this is something that you are wanting to do to grow it into something that produces passive income for you, right? You do have to do some stuff. I mean, you just really absolutely have to do some things. So if you think about it, if you're a person, because there's a couple of people, did she tell me it was her health? There's a couple of people, they said their health, so they're really not able to get out and, go to places and do things like that. Another lady was saying that she'll be retiring soon, so she's trying to figure out how to make what it is that she does a business, right? So my whole thing, I will always push technology. And I will always push technology because it's something that you can do absolutely positively. And I'm going to bounce back to COVID. That 2 years where we couldn't go out, we couldn't do anything. Like they literally had us on lockdown as a society, right? Like literally just locked us down. And there was nothing we can do about it other than build on what we already had going on and then learn some different things, right? So, this is the thing, there are platforms that you can put your product on. And remember, your product is seed. So, think about Jesus talking to the people and he's saying, your seed. Think about the seed that fell on 4 different ground. One was hard, one was stony, one was thorn, and then one was thorny, and then one was good ground, right? So there are times that your product is going to fall on ground that's not the best ground that is going to produce a harvest for you. However, if you don't put your seed out there, how do you know that you can produce a harvest? You don't know, right? So if you are savvy, or maybe not even savvy, but you do know your way around a computer, or if you have children or grandchildren or somebody that can help you to at least get you online, right? That's a start. And then teach you the basics. Or if you can go to one of those open entry, open exit classes for computer to learn how to operate the computer and navigate and know how to open windows and just do all these little different things. There are some platforms that you can that you can put your product on. And when you put your product on these different platforms, you can put your product on these platforms and offer them in the sense of bundles. Never just one piece, right? Because anybody can sell one pair of earrings, anybody can sell one bracelet, anybody can sell one necklace, right? So if you have your product, which is your seed, spread across all these different grounds, that increases the potential for you to make sales, right? Or even more sales. So Poshmark is a good one, right? Go on Poshmark, open an account on Poshmark. Think about bundles. What do you want to sell in bundles? If you want to sell 4 necklaces, if you want to sell 2 necklaces with 2 pair of earrings, if you want, think about bundles. Because with Poshmark, they charge one shipping cost, and they're not going to pay. I think it's like $7.50 to ship one little small pair of earrings. People are just not going to do that. And many times, what people will do, because I sell on Poshmark, what they will do is they'll contact you and they'll say, well, hey, I like this bundle of earrings and then I like these, but can I take these out and then add those, right? Or can I just bundle these two together and then, pay you this amount? So, of course, they'll come with an amount and I'll say, well, no, some negotiating got to happen, right? No, well, I will sell you the bundle, these 2 bundles combined for this amount. So that does happen on Poshmark. So Poshmark, you do want to do bundles. You do want to do that. And whatever bundle price makes sense for you, always mark it up a little bit higher than what you want to sell it for, right? Because people are going to try to negotiate and come back and forth. Mercari. Mercari is another platform that you can put bundles on and be able to sell in bundles on Mercari, right? eBay. eBay is another platform where you can put on there and sell in bundles, because if you're going on, or you can put them in individuals, however you want to do it. But you have to remember on eBay, a lot of these platforms, but eBay more so, it's saturated with people selling individual bracelets, more like the bracelet that you kind of sort of make, right? So if you put it in the sense of bundles, because a lot of people go on to eBay looking for things in bundles that they can sell somewhere, right? So if you put 10 pair of earrings in a bundle, right, and then make it a price, that's sweet. That's sweet to somebody looking to buy something, and then that's sweet for you as it relates to the price and if it's making you a profit. Okay. So then we already talked about Fair. So Fair is already one we already talked about. So there are 4 different platforms that I utilize myself: Mercari, eBay, Poshmark, and Fair, right? So the more platforms that you have your product on, the greater the chance or potential for you to sell more product, right? But you have to get that thing down about pricing, and making sure that you are making a profit. And remember, it's a lot of documentation. It's a lot of keeping up with stuff. It's about, okay, well, I got this on eBay. I got this on Poshmark. I got this on mercari. I got this over here. I got blah, 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 blah. It's all over the place. So you have to document things. You have to write it down, what's on, oh, and Etsy. And also Etsy. Etsy is another platform that I utilize, right? So all these different platforms are platforms that you can utilize and you can have product on, right? And if you have a Facebook page, which I think many of you do, and I think a couple of you guys even set up business Facebook pages. And I know it takes a lot. And in the beginning, it may seem a little discouraging, but remember what the goal is. If the goal is to try to turn what it is that you're creating with your hands from a small business to a business, a bigger business, it does take work. It's more than just creating the product. It's a lot more to it than that. So I'll be right here for you guys. I'm gonna be right here for you. I'm gonna be pushing. I'm gonna be encouraging. I'm gonna be inspiring you. I'll be doing all these things. You know why? Because we could do this. We're gonna make this stuff happen. Not we gonna make this stuff happen. We are making these things happen. And we are making these things happen. Why? Because it's our purpose. We're supposed to be doing these things. I'm not a person that lived by coincidence. I am a person who believes in divine order. I think that all things were preordained before the foundation of the world. So anybody who watches any of these videos on YouTube of me talking or sharing or doing any of those things, you were supposed to. And regardless to what your attitude or what your disposition is or how you feel about me, you were supposed to watch the video. And that's just the reality of it. I'm a researcher in the sense of I check websites, I check social platforms, I look at things, I read through things, like all these different things. I go to people's when they subscribe, I'll go to their YouTube channel. And if their YouTube channel has some content, I will subscribe. There are times I will make a comment and like all these type of things, but I do research. And some people have gotten on too fair, and I have been aware that they were added onto fair because they've used the link to get onto fair. And anytime you use that link, there is a small commission that I receive whenever you use that link to get onto fair. And then there's a couple of people that are unfair, and I know they came from Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel, and they did not use the link to, and that's cool too. That just says a lot about you, okay? And I was just like thinking when I go and look at different channels and different things now, I can see that a lot of people are using a lot of the information, and that's good stuff. You know, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Because if you have the mindset and you say, you know what, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna push this, this is my business, it's a small business right now, it is what it is, just keep working on it. Keep working on it, keep building it. Make so much product till you have the faith to know that I'm gonna sell all this. I'm gonna sell all this out. Every last bit of it, all of it, right? And then consider those platforms. All those platforms I talked about. Etsy, mercari, eBay, Fair. What else did I talk about? Oh, and Poshmark. And Poshmark is more like a fashion type something. So they are into clothing and jewelry and all that kind of stuff on there too. But consider all those places. And don't just stop at one platform. You know, spread your seed all over the place. And be sure to go back and water it and nurture the ground. And nature itself teaches us that pruning is necessary. So sometime you might have to take a product off and then add some other products, right? And the very first product that you sell on any one of those platforms, make more of that product. Make more of that product. Not exactly like it, but something like it, okay? And if you get people that are communicating with you by email about a product, or, you know, if they liking stuff and doing all that kind of stuff, more of that product. And then chances are that platform is going to work for you in that direction. But anyway, just wanted to share those different platforms. And you know what, my people, let's do this. So let's keep doing this. This is our purpose, and we ain't gonna stop. We'll talk.